What's been the key to State's success on the ground this year?
I think they've got a really good scheme. I think schematically they're really, really good in terms of moving around a lot, and getting defenses kind of discombobulated in terms of where they're supposed to be. And it's happened pretty much in every game, you know. So good, great, really good scheme, really good players. Got some skilled guys, really good skilled guys. Of course, you know the quarterback's very good. Good receivers, and you know, even though they've got a couple of running backs hurt, they still got some really good running backs too. So they're just all around offensively very talented and schematically very sound.
How good are they up front?
I think they're good. You know, they've got a lot of guys that have a lot of experience. And so from tackle to tackle, you're looking at guys, 2 graduate students, you know, that's playing a lot of football,
yeah.
You know. And so, again, they play well together. They've been together a long time, it seems. And they got some experience there, too.
When you have to keep a mobile quarterback contained, someone that can run, is there a position, is it the line, is it the linebacker, is it the entire front that has to bear the most responsibility of keeping them contained?
Yeah, well, you know, it starts with the defensive line. So if you're not bringing a 5th or 6th rusher, it's those 4 that really contain, you know, what we call, you know, building a trap to the quarterback. So, you know, it starts with those guys. And then, you know, if there's a 5th or 6th rusher added in there, then other people are involved in that world too. But it starts with the defensive line.
Do you have to do more, I guess, in a game with a quarterback like this that has been able to run the ball, or is it anything different?
No, I don't think you have to do more. I think you have to definitely be more conscientious of it. You know, and you have to, you know, obviously you've got to work those traps, you know, more. But it's really kind of just, you know, just a mindset of knowing what we have to do to contain this guy because he's big, he's athletic, he's just really good.
You went through a stretch at Auburn where you played a rival at the end of the season and played the SEC championship game. What kind of challenges does that present? Just kind of that 2 weeks?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. There's no doubt about it. You know, and again, you know, the mindset that you have to have is just different than most teams. You know, you know, our season isn't over next week, and so most people's are. You know, in terms of that, you know, other than a bowl game, right? So. You know, mentally you just have to prepare yourself for that. This is going to be 2 extremely physical back-to-back weeks. The season's long. We're happy to be playing in it, don't get me wrong, but we're not focusing on that because we know that this game right now is going to be very physical, as it was last year. And you know, it's going to be a hostile environment on the road, so it's going to be a tough out.
Is the greater challenge...
Any advice in terms of just how to construct the whole week or the whole plan?
No, he does a great job all that. I don't have to even go there. He does a great job. He's very organized. He knows exactly what he wants, and he does a great job of that.
Is the greater challenge early in the week or later in the week, as far as getting the guys kind of in the right frame of mind?
You know, I don't know that our guys have really been good. You know, they're really. I mean, there hasn't been many days where we would ever come out here and go in, you know, after practice and go, wow, they just weren't into it. And I got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, it's every day. They have been focused every day on trying to improve and trying to soak up a game plan. So, you know, in that regard, I don't really think there's, you know, do you really got to push them at the beginning of the week or the end of the week? They're pretty
But specifically with what Andrew asked about having a rivalry game and then a conference championship game, and you said it is a challenge. Is there a point in time where that challenge is no longer a challenge once you've kind of gotten them where you need them to be?
Maybe somewhat. You know, again, I think you know, everything's about how you think and how you approach things, you know. So we haven't thought past this week, but I just know physically and mentally the seasons get long, you know, when you play in championship games and things of that nature. So that's where it really becomes a challenge. But as far as preparing every day and doing the things you have to do on a daily basis, you know, our guys have been really good about that.
Are the days longer for the coaching staff when you have this kind of situation with what's upcoming?
Days are always long. I don't know if they would say longer, like they're always long. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's just the ground. It's just what you do.
Is it a simplification to say y'all do less schematically than the previous scheme? Is that oversimple?
Previous scheme being
like last year's defense?
Oh, I don't really know the answer to that. I know that philosophically, my idea is less is more. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, again, this day and age, when you have so many moving parts to offenses, then the more you do, the less you get reps at certain things because you've got to work them against all these different things that they do. So we really, you know, the more complicated and the more moving parts to an offense, you know, the less we do. And I've always been that way.
Good.
Good?
Good.
Thanks, y'all.